Frances de Pontes Peebles, and I'm here for Inside for the Indies to help the great bookseller in Chicago and other indie bookstores. I guess we're outside for the indies because lately, since the pandemic hit and our house, my house, has become kind of a schoolhouse and a workplace and sometimes like a scene out of Grey Gardens, I like to come outside and work, and I tend to kind of work wherever I can too. So I carry this backpack around. So this is kind of my office now. In Portuguese we call it a retirante, like a person that kind of goes from place to place and just carries everything on their back. So I guess I'm a retirante now. So I'm going to show you kind of where I work most often. In the mornings I'll come out here and write, and the time is kind of catch as catch can. So I'll have an hour in the mornings and 20 minutes here and 20 minutes there. So as long as I have my backpack with me, I can just take my stuff out and work. So I'm going to show you what's in my bag. I've been reading a lot, actually, because I find that if I can't write, reading really helps me and it inspires me and it kind of fills my cup. And I've been writing a lot of short stories because I think that they're more conducive to the time or lack of time that I have now. So let me open up my bag and show you. So I'm reading Eichmann in Jerusalem. Really interesting book that I haven't read yet. It has all these little notes for me about that idea of the banality of evil and how just normal people can kind of let things slide and do really horrific things. So just a light read, right? I'm also hoping to read, I haven't started yet, I'm kind of a polyamorous reader, Lee Miller. I'm really interested in her. I love reading about really strong women. She was a photojournalist in World War II and also a muse for a lot of surrealist artists and photographers, and she was a photographer herself, but that kind of gets lost. So I'm excited to read this book, and I keep it with me. I've been reading When Things Fall Apart, I Wonder Why, by Pema Chodron. And this has really helped me during the pandemic. It's just about how to deal with uncertainty, how to deal with uncertain times. And it's been great to read that. Here are all my notebooks. So I have a lot of notebooks. I have a notebook kind of for each character or for each different topic that I'm thinking of writing about or writing about. And so I just kind of carry them all with me. And this particular notebook is just for writing about writing, or kind of things about time and plot. And when I read something interesting about writing itself, then I put it in this notebook. Let's see. Oh, The Art of Time in Memoir. This is a great book. I'm not writing a memoir. That would be really boring. But I love this idea of time in writing, and how we play with time as writers and how we use time as a tool. So I thought, I'm going to read this. Even though it's about memoir, maybe I can apply it to my own fiction. What else? The Nickel Boys. This is like Hermione's bag in Harry Potter #7. It's just, you keep reaching in and there's more and more and more. The Nickel Boys is an amazing novel that I'm reading. I'm kind of a little bit halfway through, and it's so good. It's really inspiring. It's historical, and it's just incredible about Jim Crow, Florida, and about these two boys in a correctional facility. Really great book. And all of these books you can get at your indie bookstore, like the bookseller. So this is a book called 1919 by Ewing. She's a local Chicago author, poet, writer. It's probably one of the best books I've read this year. I love it so much. She did a lot of research into the riots here in Chicago of 1919, and there was a report in 1922 kind of looking into the causes of those riots, and it was called, I think, The State of the Negro in Chicago. And so each poem is preceded by a line from the report, and they're just really beautiful. I really love this book and recommend it. It's been really inspiring to me. And then that's it. I have my iPad with a notebook, or with a, keyboard that I use, and I just sit out here and I try to work on short stories. And yeah, it's a great office space for when it's warm. I don't know what I'm gonna do when it's cold, but I always have my backpack with me. So wherever I go, I have all of my books and my inspiration. And I thought I'd read a little bit from 1919 to end this video. This is a poem called Keeping House, and the line from the report is, "White persons are generally uninformed on matters affecting Negroes and race relations. This same ignorance applies to Negroes, though not to the same degree, for they know white people in their intimate personal and home relations, and in connection with their work in factories and stores. They read their books and papers and often hear their discussions." So this is the poem inspired by that line. "Do not steal," she said, "and you can stay here for months, years even," her mouth a red line. She never asked if I wanted to stay there. Each room has secrets. In the parlor, an urn rests near the windowsill, 1905, and beneath, 1917, a psalm. She weeps in the tub. Steam crawls beneath the door and creeps up the window as I scrub soot from the wall. Dirt still finds the rich. I waited 4 months, and now I do steal. Small things. A porcelain mouse, a black stone from the garden. She only checks the cupboard. My mother taught me to be silent in their homes. They forget you're there. This way, you pass as a ghost, come and go as you please, hushed. I learn much this way of the city, its powers, its promises made. I scour pots and whisper my plans as water rushes. After 7 months, I begin to steal food too. A cup of flour, a brown egg in my bosom. She no longer speaks to me. At night, when I wait in the dim hallway to wash, I touch the black stone. I wonder at my fortune that something like this is mine. Just such a beautiful book, and all of these books are found at our local independent bookstores like the Bookseller, and it's so important to me and to everyone, to our communities, to keep them alive. So thank you so much for watching this video and seeing kind of where I'm working and what I'm doing during the pandemic. And please support your local bookseller, your independent bookseller, and if you're here in Chicago, the Bookseller in Lincoln Square. Thank you.